Hello and welcome to Talk Sport on Global TV. We're here once again, and it's an exciting time on Talk Sport because there's a whole lot of juicy stories happening in the world of sport, and we're here to dish them to you. As always, I am Anita Patrick, and I'll be standing in today in the world of sport to tell you how it's happening. Well, let's quickly give you, there's a lot of story happening. Let's give you a rundown of the stories happening, and then I'll have my guests join me in the course of the program, and we'll bring you all the analysis happening in the world of sport. But let's give you this. Aruna ends 2025 as Africa's #1. Nigeria Aruna Kwadri has finished 2025 as Africa's top-ranked table tennis player in the final yearly rankings released on Tuesday by the International Table Tennis Federation. Kwadri, who has held the continental #1 position for most of the year, closed the season ranked 28th in the world with 1,065 points, making him the only African player to surpass the 1,000 points mark on the men's rankings. Well, that's one thing that you can see for us, that Nigerians are not doing badly. Yes, there's a whole lot. He's been in the world of table tennis for quite a number of time, and yes, at some point I know sport pundits are talking about the fact that there should be someone who is a protege who can come in, and because it's had its own ups and downs, to see if there can be another person who can also fill in for Africa, actually Nigeria, going in that world of table tennis. Yes. Then we also have we have Egypt's Omar Asa is next best on the continent, sitting 32nd globally with 965 points in the rankings published as 2026 week 1. The 37-year-old Nigeria accumulated his ranking points across a demanding international schedule, highlighted by a finalist finish at the ITTF African Cup in Tunis, which earned him 350 points. He also reached the semi-finals of the WTT Star Contender in Doha and made the last 16 at the World Table Tennis Championship Finals, also held in Doha. Well, that's it in table tennis. You see that we have a whole lot of competition. There's always competition, and that's what I like. I like to see competition, which brings out the best of every sports athletes who has to pay the price and stand tall when it comes to the spotlights. But that's it about that. But let's quickly give you on the story, and then we also have where Onachu Oyedika on the target rather, as Eagles breeze past Cranes as first half strike by Paul Onanuchu and a second half brace by midfielder Raphael Onyedika earned Nigeria a 3-1 win over Uganda in their final group game of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. Well, Nigerians are really excited seeing the fact that the Super Eagles are doing Nigerians proud there in Morocco with the African Cup of Nations that is ongoing, and we've seen that Nigeria is sitting very nice and cool at the Group C. Well, let's tell you that Nigeria went into the game with qualification for the round of 16 already secured, and despite Coach Eric Chele's heavy rotation, left nothing to chance as they capped a perfect group stage campaign while also eliminating the Cranes in the process. Coach Chele ranked 8 changes to the side that beat Tunisia, handling debut to Blackburn Rovers defender Ryan Alobisu, while Victor Osimhen captained the team in the absence of Wilfred Ndidi. Onanuchu, starting ahead of Akko Adams, connected perfectly with a pass from the left by Fisayo Dele Bashiru in the 28th minute to give Nigeria the lead just 2 minutes after veteran goalkeeper Dennis Onyango had stopped a point-blank effort from the Tribazo wall forward. There you have it there, where you see Nigerians doing very well. But there's a whole lot happening, and Nigerians are really excited because we saw what happened with the World Cup qualification, where a lot of concerns were raised. Can the Super Eagles change the narrative of things going forward in the African Cup of Nations? Don't forget that we won this in 2013, and there's a whole lot of concern to see with the way Eagles were playing, if that would change. And that has really played out in the African Cup of Nations, with the coach getting really balanced and very stable with the team. For me, that's what I see, and I see that the fact that he's doing very well. But let's quickly get my guests to just touch a bit about this before we get to other stories. I have with me live in the studio a sport analyst who understands how this narrative plays in the world of sport, in person of Olarewaju, Jesse, who is here with me in the studio. Jesse, it's good to have you join me.
It's good to see me here.
Let me find you sitting very quiet, and I was doing all the
compliments of the season.
Compliments of the season. How's it been for you?
Well, it's fine. It's been amazing.
Okay, for you as a Nigerian, let's talk about Nigeria in AFCON, and then we get back to Kadri's playoff and all that good of stories I've given down. What has it been for you with Nigeria's playoff at the African Cup of Nations, starting looking at our opening matches and down to where we are right now as Super Eagles?
Well, they have been doing so good, yeah. Because as a Nigerian, we are not used to winning our group games.
Okay.
All our group games.
Yeah.
We are not used to. We are used to praying.
To start fasting and drink.
You understand? So, but it's a good thing. It's a good turnaround, and it's good ones to Eric Chelle for trying to find the balance in the team. Because the last time I was there, I spoke about balance.
Yeah.
Because he's still trying to know his lineup, his formation, his tactics. And if you see in this game, you can see that the players have acclimatized with the tactics.
Yeah.
And he's bringing in one or two players. The tactics still stood by. They still try to play the game, not forcing the play, try to pick up passes. Before we pick passes together, find themselves with passes, just long balls, chasing the ball back to our 18, you understand? But there's a balance now in the team, and the players are integrating so well. So it's a good thing for Nigeria. It's a good thing for us. Now we have 9 points, sitting comfortably.
Yes.
You see yesterday game, bringing in some new faces, because a lot.
It changed the narrative of the game.
He brought in 28 players to this tournament, and he has been using like 11, 13 in the first two games, just one or two subs. So it's a good thing to see these new players. The Ryan Aleboso, I was impressed with him before his injury. He was so impressive on the right hand side. That's the Blackburn defender, and this is his first game for Nigeria. So it's a good thing for him and for Onochu Onyedika. So I was so happy for Onyedika, you understand, because he did not get a lot of time to play in the Super Eagles, and the reason is because of Wilfred Ndidi. He's the captain. Before then, he has been an integral part of the team. So it's not easy to dispose. So anytime he comes in, he tries to make impression of himself. That's the Onyedika. So I like the fact yesterday getting 2 goals from sitting deep. That's a good thing. And kudos to Chukwueze too. Chukwueze, I've been giving him the assists to score.
Yes, he has.
So, and if you watch Chukwueze game too in this tournament, he has been impressive, playing either from the 10 row or the attacking row or the left-hand side. He has been impressive, giving assists and all. So it's a good thing, it's a growth. So they should just keep it up like this, step by step, because this is just group stage. We are just getting into.
So are you worried that this is just group stage? But we've gone past this group stage where Nigerians are really concerned each time we go for African Cup of Nations. So, but look at the startup and to where we are now. Just like you've given the analysis to the players that comes in and all what the coach has done with the team, you've seen that there's a new rhythm.
Yes.
Going into African Cup of Nations. And what's your thoughts about the coach, basically, in terms of his what's the word now? His tactics or his way of putting in players and the excitement of the game?
Yeah, so I said earlier, integrating his pattern, his play, because I see that he has it in him. The approach to the game, this is the kind of setup I want to set up. And this kind of player, I know we have a lot of attacking players in our Super Eagles team, playing so fine, doing so good. So leaving this person on the bench is not an easy decision for him or anybody if they are all fit and playing fine. So he has tried to manage the team with the attacking flair we have. Onochu came in yesterday. He did well. Akko Adams also has been doing well with Osimhen. They have been
There's a lot of synergy.
Yes, same with Ademola Lookman. He has been integral. Don't forget, he's still the African. He was the African best before. Akimi got it. So he still play his part. Everybody play their role. So now it's just to integrate that formation and know how to change it. If you get a team that outplay you with that your pattern and your formation, how to change the tactics. I see that he tried to do that, but now after we win, score goals, defending is our problem. Retaining those goals is our problem.
But in terms of conceding goals and all that, how do you see us in this tournament? Because I see that more goals are coming in. Because we didn't see us getting more goals. We're skeptical if we could get 1-1.
8 goals, concede
so far,
4 goals.
So it's looking like
it's not so good. You understand? The Tunisia game, after going 3-goal up,
the next thing we're conceding
3-2, we are not praying God.
So you had your heart in your mouth like I did.
I was like, please just
win this game.
Yes, sir. But it's a good thing that the players know. They know because the reaction after the game, you see the reaction and the media, they know they have to do more. So going forward, they have to do more defensively. If you look at the goals, I call it silly goals. It's not, those goals are not open play goals. Just yesterday, goal they scored was very open play. Just goals will give them penalty, like that.
Yeah.
So we need to do more moving forward, because once we meet a very good side like Morocco
in the round of 16, Algeria, you know what?
The Senegal, those guys are very
the Gabon
so
guys, those guys
are so good in attack. So those guys know how to.
I know this is African football. There's a lot of physicality coming into play.
Yes, and there's a lot of goals, a lot of flair. It's not that. It's not like the African football before.
Yes.
A lot of goals, a lot of amazing goals. The attacking play, the formation, the setup. Like every coach brought their A game to this tournament. Like same as every team. Every team bring their A games to this tournament. So we need to do more as a team moving forward.
Okay.
Let not be carried away with these 9 points that we got from this group stage. A lot of work is still. We just want to get into the game now. So we need to do more. We need to approach more. Our style of play, everything, we just need to just find the good balance and transition well. You understand? So kudos to the Super Eagles. We are happy. We are happy for them. Kudos. So we just want to win. That's all we are all we are waiting for. We want to win. So, but to win, you have to find a balance and find the weakness of your opponent. Going forward now, maybe we'll get a very good team. Maybe the round 16 now.
Round of 16, think it's been better.
We should get maybe like a very good team, because we're finishing with 9 points. So
it's a good one.
Yeah, we can win that. We can win that. Move forward step by step. Approach the game. So I just hope they do well, as they have been doing well. You understand? So kudos to them. Yesterday, at least a lot of players rested. They relaxed. So they are still fresh, match fit, going forward. So, and apart from Ryan injury, I don't think anybody is injured in the team anymore. So we can still work with that. It's something we can do with. So Eric Chelle needs to do more and find the balance in that defense. Okay. Defense have been doing so fantastic well.
Of course.
So well. Kudos to Kevin Bassey. I can't talk about that defense without talking about Kevin Bassey. He has been doing so well.
He's been an amazing player.
Every time he's playing for Nigeria, he gave his all, his heart. So we need this kind of player with those with those zeal. You should know you're not playing for your club. You're playing for your country. You're playing for millions of people, not just them.
Not just yourself.
Millions of people. Because anytime Nigeria is playing, everywhere is good. And thank God, this is a festive season, December.
So everybody's relaxed at home and watching.
Yes, as they are winning, everybody's okay. The mood is okay.
And we're getting to the new year.
Yeah, we're getting to the new year. So they should just set the new year on a very good note for us as a Nigerian. We should just try and win this. Let's do it as our Super Falcon did it.
Okay, I like the fact that you're positive-minded. Like I am positive-minded, because I want to see us come back home with that cup.
Yeah, we just have to be. We just have to be. Yeah, you don't have choice. You have to go win. That's why we're in the tournament.
Okay. Okay, so we have Nigerians still going to face others in the round of 16. And I like the fact that I gave good analysis of how this should play out, and the spirit should keep going for Nigerians going forward. So let's look at the fact that Nigeria, or Super Eagles in the right words, awaits Ivory Coast, Cameroon, Mozambique in the round of 16. And Nigeria will face either of them in the round of 16 of the African Cup of Nations after seeing the perfect group finish, which you mentioned with a good point, and staging out that 3-1 victory over Uganda. So what's your thought basically in terms of what the coach should do differently? Because I see that he doesn't really tell you his tactics. Yeah. Even at the presser, when he meets the media, He just when they ask him questions,
Yes, you
he's
don't need to let the cat out of the bag. They should play, and it's showing. You understand? They are scoring goals, so you need to keep his tactics close by with him because he's still finding balance to this team.
true.
You understand? He has been doing so well. A lot of criticism he has been facing, but he's not a Nigerian.
Yeah.
Coming into this, he need to mentally, he need to set himself right, which he has done well. He has been winning games. He has been commanding. You see the players love him. The players interact well with him.
Okay.
There are no grumble. Yes, he can't play every player, but you see, he's tried to balance, bring in some new players. Before this tournament, he brought in some players. He left them out of the tournament. Bringing in his 28 team, still brought in some new players too. So that's the balance he needs to find. He needs to find his balance, his team, his winning team, and he should not be over reliant on some players. You understand what I mean? Because sometimes it could not work out. Yesterday, it's not that I wish Osimhen would have scored yesterday as a Nigerian, as his fan, to have more goals in this African Nations Cup.
Okay.
But you see, without Osimhen not scoring, we still scored 3 goals. Indika came up with 2, Onachu came up with 1. That's why I say over-reliance, because some games, you see these teams try to attack this player, they try to defend more on this player because they know who he is, they know he can score from anywhere. So if they are attacking this player, another player can make way and create chances and do. You understand? And
All right.
how Lookman have been setting himself in the pace to same as Chukwueze, the Onuachu, every player. We should not be over reliance on anybody. It's a team game.
Okay, so talking about team game, we have also a team person who's going to join us right now, all the way from Morocco. I have the Swan president joining us from Morocco, so he tells us the feel of what it is in Morocco. Hello, Benjamin Zaya, if you're there, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Very good morning, and thank you for having me. And a
I
big
mean,
shout out to your guest there too. Yeah, you're doing well.
okay, Jesse, Jesse saying, well done. Well, amazing. I can hear in the voice the excitement of what it was like for the Super Eagles there, where they played in Morocco. For you, give us a breakdown. How was the feel like with the fan base and every other person who was there for Nigerians?
Yeah, no, yeah, of course. Like your guest there said, yeah, the feeling is good, but it is not yet over until it is over. And like we all do know, better is the end of a thing than the beginning. Starting well and ending poorly is not a good one. So we have started well. We hope to end well. And ending well is for me to have you come to the airport to welcome us, returning home with the trophy. And that is what it means. So of course,
Yeah.
but you see, I am totally in tune with what your guests there have said so far, so good,
Yes,
and
Jesse
that is
has
the true
broken
picture of
down.
what is happening here. Yes, as Nigerians, we are happy that we won 3 of our games, but of course, I mean, it's not that doesn't bring the trophy. And as it is now, we are going into the round of 16, which makes the games much, much more tougher. And it means that we have to also up our games so we
Yes.
can ensure absolute victory. But my major concern is amidst the enthusiasm and the joy of coming out with a clean slate, talking about winning the 3 and securing the 9 maximum points from the group stage. I think there are a lot of lapses there and there that we need to work on. Now, this issue of not being able to defend our goals effectively. Now, if you look at it, we have scored. I think we have scored
8
about
goals.
8 goals or,
8
or
goals.
thereabout.
Goals, yeah.
8 goals, and we have conceded 4. Now, the challenge is that we have considered it 4 or 5 now. No,
4
We've
4.
goals.
Yeah,
considered
we
four
have
goals,
considered four
actually.
goals. Yeah, we have considered 4 goals. Now, if you look at our match between Nigeria and Tunisia, at some point my heart was practically in my hands.
Oh, everybody
I mean,
had
I
that
can't
tension.
imagine that. I can't imagine that we're leading them 3 goals to nil, and from the 88 or there about 6 minutes, our guys went to sleep, and they replied 2 goals. I mean. At that point, as a matter of fact, I can tell you for free, when we got to that point, I wasn't watching the match again. I was looking at the scoreboard. I was counting the seconds to see how. I mean, let me just hear the whistle go and declare win and all of that. But fine, it's really good. We are happy. But of course, like some of us asked Chile during the post-match press briefing yesterday, we also raised our concerns. We raised our concerns as Nigeria. You know, of course, like you rightly pointed out, our defense. I think we need more of Calvin Bassey. The guy is doing pretty
It's
well.
doing very
I
well.
mean, you can imagine that it was shortly after he was substituted that we
The
considered
goal
that
came
goal
in.
yesterday.
Yes.
It tells you
Yes.
that the guy is the master of the defense, and we need more of him at the defense, so that because we need to do more of defense as it sticks. Now, going to the round of 16 is not going to be business as usual. This I can tell you for
It's not
free.
at all.
Now, don't forget that is a knockout stage, and anything can happen. All right, so we need to up our games. But as Nigerians here in Morocco, we are happy. The support is there, but of course, it comes with a lot of concern also. Uh, we we are yeah we are trying to ensure that the right thing is done going forward, and in our own little ways, we've been able to pass the message of concerned Nigerians to the head coach yesterday. Uh, yes, to the head coach yesterday, and I hope that he promised that he was going to do the needful. That he's also aware of some of our fears. But my concern is, considering defeat. I mean, considering goals.
It's a
At
problem we have.
very yeah, it's a problem we have. So going forward, I think we need to do a lot more of ensuring that our goals are protected adequately. And if so, from the very beginning of the match in the round of 16, our guys need to come out smoky because they also have an image that they must protect. All right, because having missed out in two World Cups, I think we cannot afford to do less than returning the trophy back to Nigeria at the end of this Nations Cup.
Well,
So
President,
we are happy, but we have
with 10
concerns.
teams which have qualified for the round of 16, three fixtures confirmed,
Yeah.
Senegal have qualified for the last 16 at the 2025 Cup of Nations, thanks to the 3-0 thrashing of Benin Republic yesterday as well. That's as Nigeria also playing. The result confirmed that the Terragan Lions as winners of Group D. There's a whole lot of stronger teams coming to play with Nigeria at the group stage. So what should be done differently? Just like you said, you're able to talk to the coach and ask him a lot of questions. And Jesse here has also talked about how they can look at good structure put in place, because he talked about the team and the new faces who have been introduced, and the fact that it's just like 11, 13 players who have played so far with the 28-man team who were brought into this. What should the coach do differently?
No, well, you see, the thing is, just like you rightly pointed out, now some of the things they are going to face in the round of 16 are teams that have already qualified for World Cup. All
Okay.
right, and
Yeah.
Nigeria didn't qualify. Well, as it stands now, we are yet to qualify, and the likelihood that we will is not.
It's
I
very
mean,
slim.
I don't know, but we are still praying. Now, having said that, the truth of the matter is that I think, like we have rightly pointed out to the coach, our defense needs to be tightened the more. Let it also be known that the teams they're going to face in the round of 16 already understand the scoring skills of Osimhen, and there's the likelihood that they're going to hold him so very tight, to
Very,
ensure that
very
they didn't give
true.
him that opportunity. Of course, like your guest in the studio did say, I think,
Yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't be more of Osimhen trying to score because they know he is
Be the
all
man of
about
the game or
scoring.
Yes.
anything.
And so why they are going to, attack him the more, there should be more openings for others to do the magic. All right. I think at the moment, let our players need to understand that it's not about who scores more of the goals, but
Yes.
the bottom line is how do we win the matches? Winning the matches is what is more important than who scores the goals. I know that for individual camps, individual pride and all of that,
Accolades.
some of them want to beat their chest to say, I scored the goal, the winning goal, and all of that. But the truth of the matter is that let there be a teamwork. All that we are calling for is a teamwork. A teamwork is what produces results. And at the moment, and at the stage we are entering into, all that we need more is a teamwork. All right, not individual play. Let them be a teamwork that will produce maximum result. And of course, like I said, the maximum result that is expected is nothing short of a win. And the coach has assured us Nigerians that himself is under pressure, the government
A
is
lot
under
of pressure,
pressure,
trust me.
Nigerians are under pressure, the players are under pressure. We too we are under pressure. Even the sport writers we are under pressure
Well,
because we want
everybody's
to
under
write.
pressure.
So we
uh,
want to write the good news,
Good
and say that
stories.
Nigeria qualified and emerge victorious at the end of the day. So I hope that, as I said, our defense needs to be more tightened going forward. All right. And
Yeah.
our forward guys should do the magic. It mustn't be only Osimhen that must score, of course, but where he has a clear chance to score, why not? But let's make them understand that we have more Osimhen in the forward that could do the magic for us. So going forward, I think the coach understands the game. He has said it very clearly that he knows what he's doing, and
Obviously, it looks
he's
like
taking
we.
it yeah, he's taking it one at a time, and we
True.
hope that this magic of one at a time produce the right results for us. But I know going forward in the round of 16 is not going to be tea. It's not going to be business
It's
as
not going to be a
usual.
tea party at all.
It's not going to be a tea party at all. So,
At all.
so
All right,
we need to
President.
up our game and do the
Yeah.
needful.
Okay, well, I still have you there. Let me come back to Jesse here in the studio with me. Jesse, we
Yes,
have
very much.
7 countries out of the tournament, the likes of Uganda, Botswana, Zambia, Comoros, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, and Zimbabwe. For you, what was it like for these countries? Did you think they did their best in their games, looking at the knockout stage that they had to miss out from?
Uganda did so well yesterday. They played a very good game. Same as the Comoros team. The Comoros team, they have been doing so well, not just this AFCON, the last one too. And they don't have a lot of players in Europe, more of home base, but they still try to do their best anytime they are in AFCON. So this Uganda side too, they did so regardless. But it's in Africa, some teams are better than one. So they have been doing so well. Comoros too have been impressive. Have been impressive too. And Uganda, I give those two teams.
So what happened to Equatorial Guinea? Because I know I had a guest some days back, and he wasn't too sure about Equatorial Guinea getting to it. Was there something wrong with the team?
Not really, because you look at the age of some of these teams coming into this tournament. Some of them they have like older players, and the African game is more physical, more fast, more intense, everything. Just like the Premier League, like everything you have to give your all.
Okay.
In the African. So most of these teams, they have some older players. And, intensively, these guys can meet up with some other team. And tactically, teams are better than each other. So those tactics have to come to play when they play. So some teams are not just tactically not better than some other teams. And player-wise, player quality, you can see. The quality of the player shows anytime is on the ball and the team. So putting together players of stars of players like that, so it shows well. So that's why some of all these teams can't just reach that level.
Okay, well, President, are you still with us? So for Super Eagles played Uganda, and just like Jesse has said in the studio, he said the Uganda side did a very good one there with the Super Eagles. What was your thought on the Uganda team?
No, yeah, of course. During the post-match briefing, also, we had a take. We took on the coach of Uganda, and he acknowledged the fact that his players did well, but Nigerians are better side. And of course, he did say that Nigerians have more mature players of repute, and all of that. So he never expected anything less of what happened yesterday. But of course, he also gave it to his team that they did the very best that they could. He also did say that what really happened is that he wasn't really pained that they lost to Nigeria, but that is that their non-qualification to the round of 16 is because of their match with Tanzania and all of that. So, well, in any case, he knew and he acknowledged the fact that we had a better side, we had more matured players, and it's a good one. And he said all hope is not lost for them. They will also go back to the drawing table when they get back to their country to see how they
Obviously.
can better their games going forward. I mean, in the spirit of sportsmanship, he accepted defeat wholeheartedly. And I mean, for him, the officiating was still very okay and everything was good. I mean, that is it. Now, some of this, in the game of football, experience plays a lot, and maturity matters a lot. Self confidence and all of that. And a number of our players have built all of this over time
Yeah.
and have
Yes,
made
sir.
a name for themselves. So, I mean,
Okay.
we could see that each time Nigeria comes to the field of play, the entire place is electrified. Everybody shouting, "Oh, see me! Oh, see me!" everywhere. I mean, so that is what it is. I mean, and we had so much of support from people, but more of his name being sung everywhere and all of that. So, and
Experience is
these are
playing
people
out.
that are good names for the play. Yeah, so that to a greater extent is also helping us. I hope that when we do face Morocco, because I see us facing Morocco either in, either in the finals or whatever, but anything can happen. I can tell you for
Yes,
free. Once
anything.
we correct some of those teaching issues, tightening up our defense, I think
Sure.
the sky will just be our starting point.
Okay, so Jesse and I were talking in the studio, and we talked about the injury where there's fitness concern after the Super Eagles Uganda 3-1 victory yesterday. And we've encountered multiple injury, starting with the player Ryan Alobisi. Is this a concern? Do you think this will cut deep into Nigeria in the round of 16 if we have him not being able to play in the first match or thereabouts?
No, 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 not really. I think that will not be much of an issue because we have more, over 99% or thereabout of our players fit. So I think it will not be much of an issue actually. But it will also be missed just in case he cannot play the next round of 16. But I think, like I said, it's a teamwork. We shouldn't build all our hopes around just a person, all right? Around just a player. So I feel for him actually, but be that as it may, I think it's not going to be much of an issue because we have more fit players on ground to also do the magic.
Okay, so the likes of Bright and
Sam.
Awazim should also fit in. That's because we have, like you said, we have a pool of players.
Oh, sure. We have a pool of players, and just about 13 or 14 of them have been used so far, so good out of 28. So we have good replacements. And I think, like we said, the coach did say that he knows what he's doing, and he's trying to give everybody an opportunity to also, make an impact, as the case may be. For him, anybody can score. In the last press briefing after our match with Tunisia, he said, the thing is that, I mean, the person you least expect could be the one that will perform the
That
magic,
give us the
come
victory.
and give us the winning goals. And yeah, so
The
I
sounding
think
back.
it's not going to be a problem. Our prayers is that we get it right going forward.
Okay, for me, I have a bit of a concern. We have Stanley Wabali also not fully fit, Jesse. We have Stanley Wabali also not so fit, but a lot of concern have also been raised about him in terms of the goals we've considered so far. Is that a concern for Nigeria?
No, sure, sure.
Yes.
Nwabali is a lot of concern for me as a person, all right? And his level of, his level of this self-confidence or whatever, I do not know. But believing me honestly, is a lot of concern for me. And I think Ozo is not a bad one also. Ozo is
Also
also
did
doing
well.
well. Yeah, Ozo did well. So Nwabali is a concern for me. Yes, he's a good keeper, no doubt about that. But you need to reduce his level of,
Confidence.
overconfident. No, not confident. It's good to be confident, but when it
Yes.
becomes
Oh, this is
too
getting
much,
over.
when it becomes excessive, it will cause a lot of damage for us. So that's my personal
Yes.
problem with Nwabali. He needs to work on his, one, he needs to work on his temperament. Two, he needs to work on his overconfidence. Now, don't
Okay.
forget, he's already one yellow card down. All right,
Yes, he
and that's not
has.
good for us. I guess that is why he had to be rested yesterday. So yeah, fine. It's a concern for me, but once that can be worked on, I think it will help us. Actually, he needs to work on his temperament. He needs to work on his level of overconfidence.
Okay. Thank you so much for being a part of the program. It's an amazing time talking with you. And have a lovely one in Morocco. I look forward to receiving you at the airport with the Super Eagles, with our cup.
Absolutely, we will. Thank you so very much, and
have an amazing time.
Appreciate the opportunity. And a great shout out to Jeffrey over there. Thank you.
Good to speak to you, sir.
All right, let's let you go now.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Well, Jesse, you've heard the Swan president speak about the issue, the concern for the goalkeeping. For you, is it really overzealousness or overconfidence?
He said right. He said everything is overconfidence. You understand? He's a good keeper. He's not that fantastic like the Vicente Yama, like the Peter Rufai. You understand?
Yeah.
So, but he needs to just keep his overconfidence a little bit and his antics. We call it football antics. So you need to just keep it on a low. You understand? And concentrate. You need to concentrate and be in the game always. You understand? So because you need your keeper. Your keeper is your last man.
He is actually.
You understand? After the midfielders, the defender, you have your keeper. That's why people spend a lot on keepers. Go for good keepers because they know you need these keepers. You understand? To win a game because they can just pull up a very good, spectacular save. Like out of nowhere, where you feel this is a goal.
You just do the miracle.
Yeah. So we need him to do that for us anytime he's being called upon. It's not every time we face challenges. Attack defensively, guys have been doing so good. Not so good, but at least they've been doing so well. So, but they need to do better. Him himself, he needs to do better. You understand? As a keeper, you're not supposed to be getting yellow card unnecessarily.
Did you see what happened when Super Eagles played Tunisia and when we had that penalty? I was really concerned with the fact that his attitude was overbearing for me, or I don't even know what he is right now.
It brings instability to the team. You understand? Concentration. You have to concentrate 90 minutes. So if you watch after all those games, the penalty, everything, the boys lost.
They lost it totally.
Everything. We just marking. Everybody just running, praying the extra time is over. Because
they were counting the time.
Yes, I was so tense. I was like, why? Because I was very happy when we had 3 goals up. Like so confident. I was full with pride.
That we're cruising with 3-0.
Next thing we are praying, God, please draw.
But we don't even need that kind of tension. Yeah. Okay, I like the fact that Eric Chelle has also made Nigerians feel a bit of relaxed in terms of his techniques he has brought into the play. Because you see where Nigerians are worried when the Tunisians played with Nigeria, and the Super Eagles rather, and there was a lot of tension. Similar thing did not really play out to the Uganda match when you watch yesterday, even though we considered 1 goal.
Yeah.
The goal that Uganda scored, they actually earned it. So it was something that played out very well for the Uganda team, which showed that they were also not a side to toy with.
Yes.
So I think going for, just like we mentioned, Kelvin Bassey is a good defender, which we should not play with. We should keep him in a full 90 minutes of play. If he can sustain it.
He can, yeah. He has been doing so.
He has been doing well. Yeah. Because if we have the likes of Wabali, who is always wanting to show off his overzealousness at that goal post, we need a good defender who can also watch our back.
Yes, he has. That he has been doing. Kelvin Bassey has been doing so wonderfully well.
So do you think Francis Uzoho should also be given more opportunities?
Yeah, I said earlier, they don't need to be Kelvin Bassey, but you need to have that mentality of Kelvin Bassey.
Okay.
You understand? Because he gives his all anytime he's being called upon. So that's how the defense line, both the keeper, need the same mindset.
Okay.
Like you want to win. You once you step into, if you see the way he marks,
it should be one of the winning spirits.
Yeah, it's not too much of aggression, but it shows a little of aggression. And yes, commanding, demanding. That's what Nwabali needs to be doing. He needs to be commanding, but it's not that commanding in the defense. Yes, and so he needs more of being commanding. You understand? So Kavibasi has been doing so well. So we need more. Ajayi too. Kudos to him. He has a go in the tournament also. So we need players like that just want to win. They want to improve. And this squad, I can say this squad, their mentality wise is okay. They want to win because most of them have not won anything.
Or have not been in any tournament like this.
They have not. They won major tournament for themselves, representing Nigeria. So they need these tournaments for themselves. We are not going to World Cup. This is our own World Cup now. So we need to just win. We need to win this one for ourselves and for Nigerians. So.
Well, there's a whole lot happening for the Super Eagles. There's a lot of tension. Just like the SWAN president said, Nigerians are tense, sport writers are tense because they need to write a good story for people to read up. I need to show up something on the screen for people to be excited to see that Super Eagles are doing well. And then, like he mentioned, the World Cup, going to the World Cup is very slim, but still that is the prayer points right now. So we always want pray when it comes to our football. But we hope that with the spirit in which the Super Eagles are going with, that we end up coming back home with a cup. Just like I mentioned to me, I want to go back to the airport and receive them.
I want to welcome them with the trophy.
So once the trophy, that should be a good thank you to Nigerians for supporting despite
and for not going to the
World Cup two times.
Yes, because we need to be in the World Cup.
Yeah, we need to be in the World Cup. So we'll bring you the highlights of that game between the Super Eagles and Uganda later up in the program. But let's quickly move our focus right now to the EPL table and tell you what's happening. I know he wants to talk about Arsenal and all that. That went on. Arsenal got 5 points clear after 4-1 thrashing of Aston Villa. Arsenal have opened a 5 points gap at the top of the Premier League table thanks to a 4-1 win over Aston Villa on Tuesday night. The Gunners had lost 2-1 to Unai Emery in the reverse fixture 3 weeks ago and had revenge on their minds. However, there were no goals in the first half with Michael Arteta's men missing accuracy in the final. The second half was much better as Arsenal raced into a 4-goal lead with goals from Gabriel, Martin, and Trezeguet. And Gabriel, yes. Okay, I like to come that way. There was still time for Oli to pick one back as Villa's 1-1 game winning run came to an end. Let's talk about that match, Jesse. How did you see that match? Did you think Arsenal did very well or Arsenal just had struggled it?
No, Arsenal did well. They did well. They played well. First half, they were attacking. They have more shots. So anything that have more shots on goal, definitely they are going for goals. And you see the outcome, 4 goals.
Yeah.
So if you want to win the league, you want to win anything, you need to win games like this.
Okay.
Last season, Aston Villa won the part of why they dropped down from their chase. And 3 weeks ago, they won them also. So that revenge is in their mindset, which is okay. And they got their revenge yesterday, 4-1, impressive. Okay. So if you want to win the league, these are the kind of games you need to win. Not games that feel, okay, you can't win. You need to win 3 points. Now 5 points clear, regardless, Man City have not played. You can still change. So, but right now they are sitting pretty well. So it's a good thing for Mikel Arteta's side. Getting his new players, they are injured, coming back. That's Gabriel Jesus. Same as Gabriel Magalhaes too, the defender injured. He came back, he scored yesterday. So that's one of the missing link he has been missing for some weeks. Coming back now, getting the goals. Defensively, they are doing okay. Yeah, it's a good one for them.
Okay, still talking APL, let's tell you about the Caicedo ban for Chelsea's game against Man City. Chelsea midfielder Moses Caicedo will serve a 1-match ban for their next Premier League fixture against Manchester City. I don't know why you're shaking your head, but let's... This follows his early booking against Bournemouth on Tuesday night. Caicedo was shown a yellow card for impeding Trafford as the defender surged down the left side during an attack. It was his 5th booking of the season, which automatically triggers a suspension as it falls within the first 19 matches of the campaign. And it's also the second time Caicedo will serve a ban this season. So, Jesse, I saw you were just nodding, and so talk to me about it. I see you feel bad about the whole thing. So
yeah, he's a good player. I love his tenacity, his energy, his aggression. Always when they want to mark. So that's one of the reasons we always get booked. You understand? So, but yesterday one was avoided.
Okay.
You understand? The coach was supposed to leave him out of the game, knowing you're going to play City. We should know there's high possibility of him getting that card yesterday. But they just want to win the game regardless. You take every game step by step. I feel that's what is in the coach's mind, because I feel he could have bring in another player to play his parts yesterday, having the mindset that they are playing City, because he's an integral member. City, you need a very good midfielder. You need all your midfielder if you want to play City, because they are more of midfield players. It's a midfield battle anytime you want to play with Pep Guardiola. So, but missing him is a huge loss. Why I shook my head? I was watching the game with the Chelsea fan yesterday.
Okay.
So he was so pissed off after that card. You understand?
For me, I always tell players, when you play and you're good at what you do, at the same time, you should also watch out for attitude and character display in the field of play. Sportsmanship spirit should always be there. When you have that, it helps you ease out tension, helps you play naturally and calm, so that it's not a do-or-die affair. It's one person winning.
Their mindsets are different. They're not like that.
It's always a win-win-win-win-win thing.
Yeah, they like to win. Like we always like to win. So sometimes you can't even control yourself. That's
where emotional intelligence should play better.
Comes in. You know how to control yourself and the right approach going into every game.
Yeah.
So that's it. But we work on it. It's still growing.
It's still a young chap.
As a defensive midfielder, that's the attributes. Yeah. The attributes. If you go way back, you understand, they need to make their claim. They need to make those challenges. They need to win those balls, those tackles. Where you can't make them challenge, they will do that challenge for you. So it's suffering for the team.
Anyway, this should be a lesson for every other player, that you should understand that it's a lot. There's a lot of tension. There's a lot of eagerness to want to win, but you should always have the spirit of sportsmanship and play subtly, play calmly. Yes, you want to win, but you're trying to avoid things that will just dent your career and put in a fix where you struggle and end up getting suspension, which you end up sitting back and watch your other teammates play. And when it comes to the games, and you wishing you had behaved yourself. Anyway, so that's it for. But let's quickly touch about the issue of Kadri before I let you go, Jesse, and then we'll take the highlights of the Super Eagles game against the Uganda. We saw where the Kadri has been placed in his ratings, or his rankings rather. So for you, what do you say, Kadri? Because for me, I think he's been in this spotlight for far too long. And it's time for us to say face. I'm not saying it's not. Like I'm not trying to chase him away, but I'm just saying we should groom people. I'm a fan of grassroots, and I like to see raw talents being discovered, and we have new faces, just like Chile has done with football. We'll see new faces come to play. So what's your thought basically about his rankings?
Yeah, it sounded like we've discussed this before. Last time I was there with Samuel, we talked about new faces coming into this game. I've knew Aaron for a long time.
Yeah.
Good thing he has been representing Nigeria so well. He has been fantastic. Kudos to him. He has been putting our name there. And being the #1 in Africa
and 28th in the world
is something to celebrate. It's a good thing. But it should also be a challenge to the younger ones. They should believe they can also attain these heights in tennis. So we have a lot of good table tennis players in the country. Most of them don't take a profession. Most of them opportunity, which is a very important thing in this country, opportunities. Because a lot of people don't have opportunities. People that have these talents to develop it, to groom them.
Yeah.
So this is what I always say about grassroots also. We should integrate these things in our schools, put out tournaments for younger ones, so you see them, you groom them, and it should be sponsorship, because just sponsorship are very important in this country, because in this country we don't have a lot, and those policies are not helping. There are no policies for it. It's not like if you graduate secondary school, there's so amounts there for you, or these sports. So people do a lot. That's why these sponsors needs to come in and help these sports from the grassroots, groom them. Well, kudos to Aaron Kodri. He has been so doing well for the country.
All right.
So 28th in the world is amazing. So
and number 1 in Africa.
Yeah, and getting the 1,000 points mark is
amazing.
The only man in Africa. So we should not just sit back and not talk about this achievement. It's a great one.
No, it's actually
a very great one. So, but we need to challenge ourselves. We need more Aaron Kodris out there. We need more players out there.
Okay, well, it's an amazing one. Thank you so much, Jersey, for coming on the program and speaking to us from your heart, because I see you put out your hearts when it comes to sports, and it's an interesting one. Sports is always one go-to when you want to express yourself, when you love of sport. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Well, it's an amazing package here on Talk Sports on Global TV. We hope you had an amazing time with us talking sports. Like I always say, in all you do, keep talking sports. Don't forget that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. And also don't forget for you to follow us on our socials. We have our socials displayed on your screen using @Global TV NG. Until come your way next time, I am Aniti Patrick. We'll bring you the highlights. Please keep watching and keep talking sports.
Chest control from Gordon. It's a good touch. Trying to find room for the cross. Instead, he's beaten.